Hi everyone, Kelly McMILLAN here. Today I want to do a little video about our A4 stock, or the M40 A3 and the M40 A5 version. And I want to talk about it so that you understand what the differences are and why it would be advantageous to you to use the cheek piece elevator that we use on our A4 system. Today we'll start with identifying the two differences in the stocks. When you look at a McMILLAN A4, a lot of people just automatically see the M40 A3. There are subtle differences, and if you don't know the difference, you probably never realized it. Most people, when they order the M40 A3 clone, they want it to be exactly like we sold it to the Marine Corps, and I understand that. But there are times when you might want to produce a rifle that's very similar without it being what you would really call a clone. Now, this is the M40 A3 two-knob cheek piece system, and this is our A4 with the one-knob elevator system, and it can have or doesn't have to have the PGW Sears mount. This particular one does not. This one does. You want to ask yourself, do I just want to build a rifle that I can take to the range and shoot, and I'd like for it to kind of look like the Marine Corps version? Or do I really want to make a clone that's identical to the Marine Corps, where you would have to use a Schneider barrel, where you would have to put the PGW night vision mount in the front of the stock, you would have to use the two-screw system, and that gun's probably going to go in a gun cabinet somewhere and probably not get shot more than 30 or 40 rounds. So if that's not the case, you just want a gun that you're going to use and shoot, and you want it to be as close to it as you can, I highly recommend that you go with the one-knob system, and I'll tell you why. The two-knob system is an old system, and it was flawed from the very beginning, and for a long time we didn't really have a solution to the problem. And that is that with the way this elevator works, the screws screw into a threaded insert and push against the posts on the top portion of the cheek piece. So they push it against the other side, and with use and abuse, they rattle, get loose, and the cheek piece comes down. And then you have to continually keep it tight. You get dings in the aluminum, and it makes it more difficult to get it set exactly where you want it. Now, the single knob cheek piece is what we call our pinch block cheek piece, which is what this is. And if you look closely at this, what happens when you tighten this knob is it pinches these two aluminum bars together, and it pinches them around the shafts on the elevator. Now, we have square pegs on the current version, but we are working on a round peg version for the saddle type cheek piece. So soon it will be exactly like this, and you can put so much torque on this screw that you could stand on this cheek piece and it's not going to fall. And there's no reason for it to loosen up because the pressure is constant. So much better than the other system that we don't even sell the two-knob system to anyone unless they say, I'm building an M40 A3 clone. So that's the truth of the story. You really want the pinch block system if you're going to have a gun that you're going to use and shoot, and you want it to look like a Marine Corps rifle. But if you're going to build a clone that's going to hang on a shelf, maybe next to your M40 A1 clone that you built and that you don't shoot, it's just to say I have one, then go with the two-screw system, because if you're not using it, it doesn't matter. It looks good, it's appropriate, but if you're going out to the range and you're using it all the time, the single screw pinch block system is the one you want, even if it's not exactly what the Marine Corps ordered. I promise you, had we had it available for the Marine Corps, they would have chosen that system every single time. So if you really want a functional cheek piece that you're going to use at the range, that's the way to go. And thanks for listening today. I appreciate it.